warp drive, the fictional technology that allowed many different species in the Star Trek universe to travel at greater than light speeds, to zip across solar systems and galaxies, and
to boldly go where no man has gone before.
Is this technology just science fiction, or is faster than light travel really possible despite the special theory of relativity? The special theory of relativity, or STR for short, contributed to by many renowned scientists, including Albert Einstein, explains how traveling faster than the speed of light is impossible. It explains that in order to accelerate an object with mass, energy is required, and the more that it is accelerated, the more energy is required. To accelerate an object with mass to the speed of light would therefore require an infinite amount of energy, which is impossible. However, if the object has no mass, no energy would be required. Therefore, a massless object can reach the speed of light. And this loophole is what a theoretical warp drive would exploit. NASA scientists now think that warp drive might actually be a possibility in the far future. Such a drive would work by creating a bubble in the space-time continuum that the ship floats inside. This propulsion method is called Albuquerque drive, after Michael Albuquerque, who created a theory of how such a drive could work. Inside the bubble, space-time would act out normally. In front of the bubble, the space-time continuum would be shrunk, and behind the ship it would be expanded, so the spaceship would essentially be riding a wave in the space-time continuum. This would allow you to break the light-speed barrier without breaking it, which was deemed impossible after all by the STR. Although it is confusing, it is possible because you are in a bubble of normal spacetime where you aren't moving at all. What is moving is the spacetime bubble you are in, which would have no mass, meaning could travel as fast or faster than the speed of light. In many ways, you can picture Albuquerque Drive as a surfer riding the break of a wave. In front of the surfer, the water is at a lower altitude, and behind him the wave is higher up, so the surfer moves from the higher altitude to the lower altitude, causing him to ride the wave, similar to the way a ship would be pushed by the wave it creates in the space-time continuum. Of course, there are still many problems with this technology. One example is the incredible amount of energy that would be needed to power the ship. In the present time, we are on the edge of creating nuclear fusion. Nuclear fusion is a reaction that turns matter into energy and is incredibly efficient. The nuclear reactors of the future will most likely convert only about 4% of the matter into pure energy. But this is still an incredible amount if you take into consideration Einstein's equation equals mc squared, or energy equals the mass of an object times the speed of light squared. But in order to power a warp-drive spacecraft, you would probably need to turn Voyager 1 or an object of similar size into 100% pure energy. This is actually less than previously thought, but is still an incredible amount. All in all, warp drive or Albuquerque drive will probably be not feasible in our lifetimes. According to NASA, even though this technology is theoretically possible, it is not too realistic. NASA believes that it should spend more of its time developing ionic propulsion, a more feasible and realistic form of propulsion. In fact, ionic propulsion is already sometimes being used, the opposite of warp drive or Albuquerque drive, which is still science fiction. So, even though warp drive would be an incredible invention, it is not the most realistic, and we probably will need to invent some other technologies to give us a chance to say.
To boldly go where no man has gone before.
If you like this video, please comment and subscribe and like this video if you want to see more. Thank you all again, and I'll see you soon.